Okay, welcome to A-Level Media Studies, just our mini lesson for the next half an hour. I think there's a messaging section, so if you want to ask me any questions, I'll probably answer them towards the end. So I'll just introduce you to the course just briefly, and then we'll have a little go at a task. So make sure that you've got level 5 in English language to join the course. We've got 2 exams at the end of 2 years and a piece of coursework. And I use OCR, but OCR, WJC and AQA are very similar if you've just done GCSE. You do not need GCSE media to do A-level media. Okay, so here is the exam. There's one half of the exam on the left, the other half on the right. So in this, on the left-hand side, you can see in one of the exams, we study magazines, advertising, music videos, and the news. And then the other side, you can see we do film, the radio industry, video game industry, and television. And what I usually do when I start teaching at the start of the 2 years, I usually start with music videos first because it's the easiest. And then the course will get harder and harder by the end of the second year. I like to break up everything that you've seen on the screen halfway through the course, like towards the end of the first year, and that's when we do some coursework, but I can mention a bit about that at the end. Okay, so music videos, we have to study R&B and dance. The exam board's already set the music videos, and it is Emily Sandé, Heaven for R&B, and then David Guetta for dance. So one of the things that I might ask the class is, here, I'll show you 3 music videos from the dance genre. Here you've got 3 screenshots from 3 different videos. And I might ask you, what are the generic codes and conventions of dance music videos? Something very simple to start you off. And what I mean by what are the generic codes and conventions is, it says on the screen here, like, what is typical in a dance video? What do you see, what do you hear that's very typical? And if you want to type to me now your answer, then that's great. I can just have a quick read if you want to join in. So what is typical of dance music videos? You know, what have they got in common? Good, I like that. Typical to see women being sexualized. Good. Anybody else want to join in? Stereotypes of women, that's good. Wearing makeup, definitely. Long hair, bright colors, costumes, lights, that's all correct. They use the male gaze, brilliant. Yeah, everything's bang on. Let's see if I can scroll down. Partying, good. They usually do something exciting, aren't they? See if I've got anything else. Bright colors, correct. Partying, yes. Bright colors on the whole, definitely. Good. So that was one of the simple tasks we start off with. So you've got the generic codes and conventions, what is typical. You've said quite a few of them. This is what I would hope the class would say. So here's the answers on the next screen. Well, use bright colours, escapist locations, usually nightclubs, aren't they, and beaches. You mentioned the clothing and sexualization, definitely minimal clothing. And the lyrics, they usually, aren't they, the songs are about love and excitement. Dancing's usually in the video. I don't know if you'd think about the age range. They usually, aren't they, people aged 20 to 35. Now, mostly Caucasian. Caucasian means white. I don't know if you've noticed that's a bit of a generic coding convention. There's different types of formats to videos. There's 5 different formats, which I will teach you. And this one is conceptual, usually. And in a conceptual video is when the artist isn't in the video. So yes, usually the DJ is absent. I don't know if you noticed the tempo with a dance music video, you're going to expect that beat, aren't you? And then you usually find that editing will parallel the beat. And usually the dance genre is made up of lots of visuals, lots of clips, and you put all those clips together, which we call a montage, and there's not necessarily a story. So well done. Now you all know. Oh, sorry. See, some other people have put anything else. Partying, vibrant colors and intriguing. Good. Okay, so if that is the generic codes conventions of music videos, let's see if the music video the exam board wants us to study subverts the generic codes and conventions or reinforces it. So we'll just hit enter. Here you go. So this is your task right now. I want you to Google. I can't copy and, oh, I don't know if I can copy and paste this to you. Will it let me? No, it won't let me type to you. But if you could just now go onto Google. I won't speak for the next 4 minutes. I want you to go and watch the David Guetta titanium music video featuring Sia. There's a YouTube link there. You've got obviously the first image there, so you know which one it is. The video is 4 minutes long. Now, when you're watching this video, I've got some questions here for you on the side. Does this dance music video reinforce or challenge the gender codes conventions? Does it follow that typical list we've just looked at? And then if you think, yes, this really does remind me of a dance music video, then I want you to type and tell me what your point of view is. What examples have you got? If you find that this music video is going to challenge the generic conventions, then again, please have some points to back up your view. Okay, so I've got the time now at 2:55. I'm going to start talking again at 3 o'clock. So please go away, watch it, come back to me at 3. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. Hopefully some of you have gone away and watched it. Well done, Mohammed. You've said it doesn't follow the list. So do you want to give me an example of why it doesn't follow the list? If you just want to type R for reinforce or C challenges and then give your example, if you want to join in. Okay, so the music video doesn't have very vibrant colors. Instead, it's very dull and dark than a conventional dance music video. Well done, Lilybeth. The music video tells a story. Well done. Is it Akia? So yeah, definitely there's a narrative here, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Well done. There's a story. Yeah. Hi, Poppy. She's back. Okay, it follows a narrative. Good. We're all starting to see this. See if anyone else has written anything. Follows a narrative. It challenges because the narrative is an unconventional setting. I like that unconventional setting, Elliot. You're right. Again, it's set in the 80s, you know. So it's not contemporary, and most music videos are contemporary and unconventional again because of the supernatural element. Again, not usually what we see in dance. The video challenges because the muted tones. Yes, Ellie. No conventional attractive 20 to 30-year-olds. Most students usually write eye candy, but we usually write that they're aesthetically pleasing, or in this case, not so aesthetically pleasing. It differs, lacks vibrant colors. Well done, Harry. Gracie, it challenges the boys younger age bracket. Yes, storyline, clothes are led, good. Minimal clothing, no party setting, good. Main actor as a child, well done, Ellie. Storyline linked to props theory. I'll talk to you about theory in a second. It has some unattractive elements like soldiers. Yeah, definitely. It transgresses conventional features, uses dark, gloomy colors. Good. Real life, fake, supernatural, dystopian world. Well done. Is it Thompson? Riley Thompson? Excellent. All right, great. Tempo. Yay. Well done, Poppy. Got the right tempo there. So well done to everybody. You're starting to see the type of thing that I wanted you to do, to look at. I'm going to take you to the next slide. Now, what I would have done in class with you is freeze framed every part of that music video, and we would have made notes as a class. I didn't play it to you because I was worried it was going to lag because there's so many of you online today. And what I would have also done in the class with you is shown you a clip from the 1976 film Carrie. Let's go back. It's a horror film based on a Stephen King novel. You might have read it or watched that already. I would have shown you clips from E.T. as well. You get a real sense of David Guetta as a person and what he's interested in. You can clearly see he loves film. For an older audience as myself, I recognise the little boy at the start in the can you see the picture at the bottom underneath the Carrie film poster? He's in a high school and there's obviously a lot of devastation there. Now, Carrie went crazy in her school and killed everybody. So there's definitely elements of loneliness and isolation in terms of with him, and the fact that he's got this kinetic ability, just like Carrie. And again, with E.T., when Elliot in the film E.T. asks him where he comes from, he turns lots of plasticine into little planets, circles around, just like in the music video with the teddy bears. The fact that the boy is cycling through the suburban 80s location, just like in the film. Elliot and E.T., they cycle through and they've got the police chasing them just like the boys. So there's lots of references here to maybe the film Carrie, maybe the film E.T. David Guetta hasn't explicitly said this, but this is what we can see. So we look at the music video for the intertextual references. Now, intertextuality is when you've got an old text and a new text, or two texts, and you mix them together. So there's lots of intertextuality here, lots of references to surrealism. There's not really that many elements of realism here. It's very surreal, obviously, with the supernatural element. Now, one of you said about theory about prop. I know some of you might have done Laura Mulvey's Gaze and props character types, and that's what you do at GCSE, but at A level, we have 18 different theories for you. Those two aren't on the list. Here is one that is on the list, though, of the 18 theories that we have to apply as we go through the 2-year course. It's known as Baudrillard here, and his key term is about postmodernism. So I just thought, just introduce you to him here. What's interesting is, like, he believes that the media creates the world in an exaggerated way. He said he saw Paris in films. He read about Paris. Paris sounded amazing, romantic. He couldn't wait to go. But then in reality, when he did get to Paris, he said it rained, people were rude. So here's a list of his key terms. Postmodern then. He believes that everything that was made before 2001 is from the modern era, and everything after is postmodern. And I'm just working my way through these key terms on the screen. Now, in a postmodern world, it's all about simulation. Basically, we're recreating the past. We're playing around with images and sounds. You've got a famous piece of artwork here with the clocks. It's a famous Simpsons have recreated it, and they're playing around with that original image. So therefore, the Simpsons is the intertextual reference. You've got David Bowie 70s, and then obviously you've got Lady Gaga on the right. I just want to make sure that you can still hear me. It just said the connection was poor here. So
it's okay at the minute.
It's okay. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. So again, another one of his key terms is hyperreality. As I said, that we live in this hype, what music videos offer us. I've already said about intertextuality, so I would want you to argue in your essays that video wall, because you've got these references to the film Carrie, references to the film E.T. God believes that before 2001, all those original things that we watch and that we see, that's the truth, because it's the original product. And there's a new truth. So I've got Carrie, who kills everybody and dies, and then you've got escapes. So when you're watching David Guetta, who's playing around with these two characters, you sit there at the edge of what happened to this little boy. Is it going to end like Carrie and he's going to kill everyone, or is it going to end like E.T.? So David Guetta is offering us a new truth in this music video, and that's what the final point there means. Okay, I've got long left. There's just this briefly then. This is a type of thing that we would be doing in class. We would be going subs, long shots, cross-cutting, etc. We'll be looking at the media language, how the music video is produced. We'll be looking at who's represent music video, and then I'll be applying theory as I go along. I cover all 18 in 3 weeks just to introduce them. And obviously this is one that would be very applicable to. Okay, if there's anything else you want to ask, just type away. I'm just going to the next slide. One of the things we do for music videos is we look at the social context. So how does this music video sit with the cultural context? So that's kind of like the style, the genre, what we're interested in really in the UK and in Western so if I was going to do social and cultural context with this music video, I've taken 3 screenshots from it for you, and I've got 2 questions at the bottom. So just looking at these 3 images taken from the music video, can you guess why the song was banned on the radio in America? The next question is, I've covered it up myself. Why do you think they've, let me just move this out of the way. Why do you think they've used an ethnic male here at the end when they cast the soldier at the end? Why do you think they picked an ethnic male? So 2 questions there. Does anybody want to have a guess at the answers? Why would it be banned on the radio? Or why would they use an ethnic male in the video? the ethnic male would be cast as a stereotype of violent and aggressive. That's interesting. Yeah. Well done. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because you've got to think about 1980s America, suburban America. Yes, there were ethnic males around at that time. Do you feel like maybe, is this a sense of stereotyping? Is this a sense of tokenism? Tokenism is when you have mostly a Caucasian cast, and they have to tick the discrimination box, or anti-discrimination, obviously, and make sure that they hire people from other ethnic groups. I don't know if you've noticed in advertising on television, especially the supermarkets, food products, there seems to be a real diverse mix now of representation. So that's one of the things that we might discuss. Okay, so well done, Ellie. Mohammed, good. Gun violence, well done. Gun violence, yes, well done. See her. So I don't know if you've heard of the Sandy Hook Primary School shooting in Connecticut, but around the time when this song came out, a boy called Adam walked into Sandy Hook Primary School, elementary primary school, and he shot 20 children aged 5 and 6 years old, and he shot 6 teachers as well, or 6 members of staff. So yeah, 26 people died. So again, I think it was more out of respect for the time. So yes, well done for that. There's other things that we look at in terms of social and cultural context, but this is just a taste for you of what we discussed in class. Let's just see if there's anything else. Perhaps banned because of the use of guns. Well done. Good. Guns. Well done. Yeah, that makes sense. The music video starts in a school. Yeah, well done, Mohammed. Good point there. Still shocking to me today that that even goes on, and it still goes on. Okay, so I'm just going to take you to the next slide. If it works. Okay, so I just thought I'd take you to coursework. So you know what it's like now in class with me. We'll analyze products together. I'll ask you questions, make notes, etc., learn theory. And then around, if you start in September, it's around April time, March, April time, the exam board release the brief of what the coursework will be. And that's when we can start working on coursework. So as you can see, this student's work, the brief this year, that year, 2 years ago, was entertainment. So you can see that I'm going to get you to take pictures in the studio. So you book yourself in the studio with your best looking friend or whoever looks great for the look. Or if you don't want to do a private shoot in the studio, we'll lend you a camera and you get to borrow a camera for 24 hours. So you'll take your pictures, then you'll come to class. I'll do a Photoshop tutorial with you. So you can upload your pictures, add text. So can you see he's made a brand new entertainment magazine called After Hours. So you've got edition 1 there, and a month later, edition 2 came out. These are all of his own pictures, all of his own photography. And all of his own props. We don't use anything off Google or off the internet. So there's a lot of effort that has to be put into this. Then when you turn the front cover, usually you get a contents page, don't you, to find out what's going to be in the magazine. So you'd produce 2 double pages. Then most magazines come with a website. We'll build a website on Wix. When I say we, I mean you. Obviously, it's individual work. You work on your own. And then on your Wix website, you'll have your homepage with more entertainment on there. You'll have a shop page. So that means I can buy your magazine as a one-off, or maybe I want to subscribe to your magazine. You'll also make a video and a GIF. Just makes the advertising on the website just look a bit more attractive when it's moving rather than just still flat images. So I usually start coursework around March, and I do everything in class. I don't expect you to go home and buy Photoshop, so I give you plenty of time to get that done. Usually coursework gets handed in around September, end of September, when you get back, and then after that I do the last bit of the course, the harder bit, which is news and television. That's when you start to apply all your 18 theorists. Right, I'm just going to go see if there's anybody wanted to ask me any more questions before this little mini taster session finishes. No other questions. I hope that you found that interesting, the A-level, and kind of expected, you know, this is what you kind of expected. Nobody's got any questions for me. Oh, here we go. What What did the picture of David Bowie have to do with the music video? Oh, Mohammed, I was just showing you an example of what intertextuality is, that we live in a world where people just seem to copy all the time. So David Bowie was an original image, and obviously Lady Gaga is the postmodern image because she's imitating David Bowie. She's using his look. So therefore, Lady Gaga is intertextual. Do we have to get our taster task all done for the first day? No, that was just for people that wanted to have a go. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it at all. The great thing is you've turned up today, so this is better than the print task, you know. If you haven't done GCSE media, will it be okay to do this? Definitely. I love students joining me, that haven't done GCSE media. I go through everything again, shot types, etc., so you won't be missing out. Thank you so much. Great. I just want to thank you so much for joining in. It made it go so much easier with you contributing, and everyone said the right thing. Should I email you my taster work? You can bring it to, you can either email it to me at victoria.bellamy@wqe.ac.uk, or you could just bring it to your first session. How many media studies classes are there? So usually before COVID, you would see me 4 times a week for 1 hour, 10 minutes. You might see me 3 times a week, where I might do 2 lessons, and then we might do a double lesson, because sometimes we like to show you stuff and then want time to talk to you afterwards. So before COVID, it's always 1 hour, 10 minutes times 4. This September, then it might be 3 sessions, but one of them will be a double. If COVID's still stuck around, then you'll be seeing me for one big session for like 3 hours, and then an hour and a half online. So there's different formats to the timetable, but we're just responding to the government advice. What would you recommend we bring with us to the first lesson? A pen. That's it. A pen and a smile. Yeah. I've got booklets. So if you haven't got any paper, I've got a little booklet for you. Well, the booklets are great because it means that all of your notes will be together and in session. Any more questions? Okay, well, I can stay online for another 4 minutes in case anyone else has any more questions. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope to see you in September if you enroll. Thank you, everyone. Oh, thank you. Great. Enjoy your summer as well, Harry. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you, Lilybeth. Senari, thank you. And Sarah, thank you.